I'm going to give you 7 ways to deal with an angry person, because I know for me, it can be unsettling. When you're in a relationship with someone who tends to get angry, it can actually trigger your own feelings of anger, anxiety, fear. And what I want to do is I want to give you the tools you need so that you can stay calm and stay connected when it's appropriate. But first, my name's Michelle Ferris. I'm a psychotherapist and I love helping people create relationships that work. People who get angry are challenging to be in relationship with, but it's a lot easier when you know what to do to take care of yourself. And that's where I'm going to help you today. So the first thing I want you to do is breathe. I know that sounds simple, but part of what that's going to do is that's going to get you in your body and also remind you that this is not your anger. This is their anger. So as you're breathing, what I want you to do is imagine a wall that separates your energy from their energy. Because part of what happens when people are angry is it can go right into our heart and flood us if we don't have a good boundary. And so different people have different ways of doing boundaries. I like to create a visual. So it might be a wall of see-through cement or plastic, something where you know that you're safe even if the other person gets angry. The second thing I want you to do is back up. This is super important because when somebody's angry, that anger is really intense. And you're not really sure what they're going to do with it. Sometimes they may throw their hands around, make gestures, they might throw things depending on their level of anger or rage. And I want you to stay safe. But as you're backing up, I want you to keep eye contact so they know you're still with them, okay? But you also want to make sure you have enough space around you to feel safe. Now, if you want to, you can actually tell the other person you're going to do that before you do it. And don't make it about them. You can just say something like, I notice in difficult discussions, I need some more space to take care of myself and really stay connected to you. So that's what I'm going to be doing. It has nothing to do with you. Because that's how you're going to get them off the hook. Because if they think their anger is the issue, they may get defensive. And I don't want that for you. Number 3, don't try to fix it. Okay, this is hard because when somebody's angry, the natural inclination we have is to try to calm them down. But when you're on the receiving end of that and you're angry and somebody tries to calm you down, often it's annoying because you feel like you really need to just vent out the feelings. Don't try to fix it. Don't try to cheer them up because that may produce more rage because it can feel like we're trying to control their anger or stop it. And it can also make the angry person feel misunderstood, like we don't really care. And number 4, don't take this behavior personally. Now, I know this is hard, but often what the angry person does is they tend to blame a lot. That's the most common form of unhealthy anger. But know that if they're doing that, it's not necessarily because they're purposely trying to hurt you. It's because they simply don't have the tools to communicate in a more effective way. So what I want you to do at that moment is to just tell yourself, this is not about me. They're just angry. Because for whatever reason, they can't face what's happening. So that's when blame tends to come up in relationship when someone, whether it's alcoholism, whether it's some other behavior, blame helps the angry person avoid accountability. Because if they can make it about you and what you're doing wrong, then they can avoid their own behavior. So I want you to keep that in mind. Number 5, I want you to find one thing to validate to show support. So as they're getting angry and they're venting and they're talking about whatever they're talking about, find something that makes sense to you. Don't comment on the 80 or 90% that you disagree with. Focus on the one thing that you can say, yeah, that makes sense because I know that's happened before in our relationship. Or I totally understand why you're upset because your mom does tend to criticize you. So what I want you to do is find something to connect with them because if the angry person can feel heard, they often start to de-escalate and they start to get a little bit calmer, which is what we want. Number 6, know when to leave. This is super important because it's about your physical safety. So usually there's a time in the argument where this isn't getting better and actually it's escalating. They might start walking towards you or they might start throwing things. You want to catch it well before it gets physical, before it gets ugly, before they go into name calling, before they go into intense blame or gaslighting, making you feel crazy because they want you to doubt your reality. All of those things are super hurtful. So what I want you to to do is let yourself leave. You might say something like, this conversation isn't going well. I'm going to take a break and let's talk about this later. Don't let them convince you to stay, and don't make it about their anger, because again, that's going to just fuel them to blame you even more. So just find the words to say, hey, this isn't going well. I need to take a break. Not, hey, this isn't going well because you're yelling at me. Stay away from any you statements because they're going to bite you in the end. Number 7, ask them what they need right now. Say, how can I show you some support? What do you need? Don't offer suggestions. Don't say, well, I could do this, this, and this. I could fix it for you. I could ask you some questions. Leave it open-ended, because the angry person does not have all their faculties working, okay? They're probably running on fumes. So even if they don't answer you back and they don't know what they need, just asking the question shows that you care and that you're wanting to help. And that's a lot more meaningful than trying to fix it. Now, the next step for you is I have a free email course on anger. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you hit like and subscribe to my channel so that you can be the first to get more videos. Thanks so much.